Just when you thought I couldn't have enough of these Dells right here, I've got yet another one. This is the Dell Dimension, a MyTac Dell Dimension, as they call it, because this case was manufactured by MyTac. It's one of the better cases for these computers anyway, these Dells of the era. But this one is a Dimension 2400, which I think is probably smack, at least as far as where it would be in the product line, smack between the Dimension 1100 and the Dimension 4600, at least in terms of not that this is related to either of those two. I think this one is related. I think it would be 2400, then 3000, and then the 4600 was the fully featured one of those. But I don't remember. I know that there's also a B110 somewhere in there that I think is pretty similar. You can see there's two USB ports and a headphone. Curiously, there's no microphone. But Pentium 4 designed for Windows XP, as was common for these. These are very nice cases, considering that these Dimension 2400 was a very, very budget-oriented computer. This thing is a little bit better than the Dimension 2300 that it replaced, or the 2350. I don't remember which one exactly it replaced, but it's a little bit better and a little bit worse. If you go and we pop the cover, we could take a look inside. Unfortunately, this camera does not have a video light, so we'll have to make do with what we've got. If we take a look in here, you can see that this system actually uses DDR. You can see the two slots there. It is DDR, where the Dimension 2300 was PC133, which is a pretty hampered design. But the Dimension 2300 also had 4 PCI slots. This one's only got 3, and an artifact for an AGP. Kind of would have been nice if the AGP was populated. You know, if maybe they cheapened out on the case a little bit and populated the AGP, because that would provide quite a few upgrade paths that this does not currently have. For whatever reason, it looks like the optical drive is unplugged, so I'll have to fix that. And there's no floppy drive installed in this system right now. But I am going to go ahead and add one, because I do have the cage that is used to add a floppy drive to the system. And I'm going to have to take the blank out of the front of it. Kind of intrigued it did not come with a floppy drive, but at the same time I'm not surprised. This actually has 2 hard drives in it, which is not factory. I almost certainly did that so I could take one of these drive cages home. But it did come from work in the cast-off pile. I forget exactly what this would have been, but it is probably just going to become another Windows XP box. It's got a Windows XP Pro COA on the side of it. Probably just another XP box with the unofficial service pack. Because, I mean, why not, right? So, but I'll have to see if it actually still works first. So, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to install the floppy drive, and then I'll go ahead and plug it in and see if it functions. Okay, there it is installed. It's actually not too difficult to do. You know, you just remove the front cover. There's a tab down there at the bottom, and then this little release lever right here pops it off. It's one of the few times you'll see the cover off of one of these Dells. So, you can see they give you some extra screws. It almost looks like there'd be space for a fan at the front of this, but not in this particular design, because the hard drive's right there. And as far as the faceplate's concerned, a little plastic thing just kind of pops off. It's got a couple little tabs. I think it's... No, it's not, actually, but it's just as easy to remove the second drive cover. So, I'll go ahead and I'll put this back on. Looks like this was probably made the 45th week of 2003, which means it was likely sold in 2004. Which sounds about right for the procurement of these things at work. So, let me put the cover back on, and we'll try it and see what happens. I don't know if those hard drives are jumpered up properly, because like I said, I think one of them is an afterthought. Okay. that was a great sound. The amount of system memory has changed. Press F2 to run setup. Uh-oh, enter setup password. Let me see if I know what it is. Well, I had to throw the good old clear password jumper. Oh, what's it doing? Oh, now it's booting into some Linux. Some old version of Fedora. So it's probably connected to NIS, which is obviously not going to work because I can't access the NIS from work from here. There's no network plugged in, first of all. Yeah. And it's going to try and start NIS. So that'll have to be erased. I don't think there's anything good. Well, I know what system this was, but there's nothing good really probably on either of these hard drives, so it's probably just going to get boot and nuked. And that'll be the end of that. But, like I said, it'll probably just get Windows XP. It may get something else. I may decide to put Linux on it. I haven't decided yet. But, either way, I haven't even really decided if I'm going to keep both hard drives in here. What I really wanted was to check setup to see if both drives are actually detected. So, we can see what we've got for specs anyway. Pentium 4, 2.66, 512K of cache. So, basically it's a Northwood. A05, probably an updated BIOS. Diskette drive A not installed. That's a 3.5 inch. Set that to auto. Because it looks like it's not enabled in setup. Boot sequence, we'll leave it alone. Actually, we'll enable that. Memory information. 1 gig. You can see that this system is limited to single channel memory. There's only one memory channel, which is kind of a crippling limitation, but that's what it has. It's a holdover from the PC 133 setup. You can see everything's normal. Not hyper-threaded or anything. I don't even think it would support hyper-threading. But look at the event log. Holy crap, look at all the keyboard errors. Memory size different. That's probably from when I was experimenting with it. Originally. 0730 2022. That's from today. So no, that's not from when I was playing with it now. That's from when I was playing with it tonight. Maybe I didn't do anything to this. I thought I did. I would have had to have powered it up in order to get the MAC address off of it, so... Well, anyway, I must have upgraded the RAM at some point. It's got 1 gig of RAM in it, which is not bad. I'm not sure it can really take much more. I think I've got some 1 gigabyte modules sitting around here, but I don't know if they'd work in this. So... Anyway, we'll see if it sees both drives or if it gets upset. Alright, hard drive configuration. 40 gig, and another 40 gig. Both exactly the same drive. So, well, anyway, that's pretty much all I've got for this. So, if you wanted to see another video of a Dell Dimension in this MyTac case, there's your video.